Hey, welcome back everybody. How we doing? This is season 2 of The Next Big Thing. My name is Andy Stover. I'll be your host for this ride. We have a huge show today full of amazing content. Today's featured guest is CEO and owner of Luray Records, Chanel Edie. Stick around, you don't want to miss that. We catch up with her a little later in the show. We also have a track from an artist that signed with Luray Records. He goes by Doc Savage, and he is hot right now. I'm telling you guys, this guy's making some big waves. I can't wait to share that track with you guys. Let's see, this episode we also get into self-promotion in this week's industry talk. Lastly, we bring back your guys' favorite segment, Tracking with Trab. You guys liked that segment so much last season, we had to bring it back. For those of you that aren't familiar with that segment, it's where I play a track for Travis that he has never heard before, and then he is forced to do an on-the-spot review of the song. Now, I know that seems fine in and of itself, but these songs won't always be good, these songs won't always be bad, but that's the fun of Tracking with Trab. Will Travis finally say a song rocks, rather? Time will tell. Wait for it. But for now, let's get right into the fun stuff, man, with the track from Doc Savage. Like I said, this track is dope. Let's kick it off. Here's Hollywood Treatment by Doc Savage.
Damn. Fuck my phone now. Shit. Here we go. Hello? Hey, what's up, Chanel? Yeah, I'm on my way to Cali right now. I'm hopping into Kennedy. Yeah, I'll meet you at the LAX. One. Yeah. Mike Cash is back. West side. West side. Give me California love in the city of angels. A bottle with a Henny, DJ playing my bangers. Ain't no danger here tonight, we just getting right. Got a trunk full of skunk, now who ready to light? I like to chill with no restrictions, vibing we kick it. Music lick the weed and some bomb ass bitches. Get them California girls, Katy Perry was good. I need 2 brunettes, I'd take you if I could. You should know your boy wild, it's part of my style. Type of dude to get lit, steal a kiss and a smile. Been around since I let go, but fuck it, you know. There's a party at the Hilton and it's fitting to blow. Oh, you know how we do, we turning it up. Whole squad's getting jobs, yeah, we stacking them bucks. Yup. What a bum-ass weekend, out in Sacktown, baby, getting that star treatment. The press is taking pictures, they calling my name. I'm a VIP now, thanks to fortune and fame. It's the same, we don't kick it, you're missing the ride. Mr. Mike Cash coming, with my ass on the rise. The press is taking pictures, bitches calling my name. I'm a VIP now, thanks to fortune and fame. It's the same, we don't kick it, you're missing the ride. Mr. Mike Cash coming, yeah, my ass on the rise. And he ran a carpet entrance, some honorable mentions. 2017. Mind, boy, I'm back with a vengeance. I'm on $1 million in a day. The key to LA. State percent is sold out thanks to me and Luray. I'm about to bang a couple hits. They loving my shit. Gin and juice got me loose. Snoop Dogg in this bitch. I bet these haters getting jelly, but fuck it, it's cool. I'm feeling way too good for you to fuck in my mood. Who knew I'd be successful on top of the world? Just another young rapper fucking every girl. Yeah, homie, I'm good. Got a nice big spliff, red suit like sugar. And I could go insane, but I'd rather just chill. I want a star on the boulevard, a house on the hills, for real. Yeah, homie, just peep it. Mike Cash, more stacks, ask for Hollywood treatment. The press is taking pictures, they calling my name. I'm a VIP now, thanks to fortune and fame. It's the same, we don't kick it, you're missing the ride. Mr. Mike Cash coming, yeah, my ass on the rise. The press is taking pictures, they calling my name. I'm a VIP now, thanks to fortune and fame. It's the same, we don't kick it, you're missing the rise. Mr. Mike Cash coming, yeah, my ass on the rise. 4 p.m. I'm in Calabasas, corrupting the masses. They ain't ready for the kid, all I spit is some classics. I'm smashing competition, yeah, bitches, it's on. I can't help but feel good, I live like a dawn. I got the nod from Machiavelli, the praise from Larray. Got $1 million dream, now I'm seeing the way. But hey, they gon' pay for the privilege. Started out making money, now they say I'm a villain. I'm chillin' overseas in Jamaica with weed, puffin' on that Acapulco on the boat with the teens. Once a dream is not a life, the moment is right. That I am real hot, guess it's best if I strike. But I'm type to blow up huge, still ride with the heat. Still have the same number, still live in the street. See, I'm a straight up G, Mr. Mike Cash coming, get ready for me. The press is taking pictures, they calling my name. I'm a VIP now, thanks to fortune and fame. It's a shame we don't kick it, you're missing the rise. Mr. Mike Cash coming, yeah, my ass on the rise.
All right, that was Larray Records artist Doc Savage with his track Hollywood Treatment. I told you guys that was a good track. If you want to hear more from him, which I'm sure you do, you can catch his stuff at www.larrayrecords.com, or you can hit him up on Facebook at Doc Savage. You can hit him up on Twitter at King Doc Savage, and of course he's on YouTube as well. I'll have all those links in the episode description. That way you guys can get to it easily. But let's move on here. I want to talk a little bit about my latest project. Some of you may or may not know I have just finished my second album that I'm super proud of. I've done, for this entire album, I play every note you hear on every instrument, do all the vocals. I wrote all the songs, of course. I even did all my own mixing and mastering, so I'm extremely proud of it. Put a lot of hard work into it. It's been going over well. Thank you to everybody that has bought the album, and to all the people that may have just bought their favorite single off the album. Thank you so much. If you haven't done that yet, you can at andystover.com, and that is just the biggest compliment I could ever get, is when people spend their earned money on my music. It just really keeps me going. I love entertaining you guys, and let me entertain you right now by playing one of the tracks off that album. The album is called My World. Let me play, this song is called Out of This One. It's one of my favorites. Well, here we go, let's play it. Alright, that was my track, Out of This One, off my latest album, My World. You can hear the rest of that album at andystover.com. Go check it out. Alright, but for now, I want to bring it down a little bit, talk to the musicians out there, the artists, the bands. Self-promotion. Are you doing it? Are you doing it correctly? That is the topic in this week's Industry Talk. Self-promotion. Now, I'm a little bit older than some of you. I'm 36, just a little bit older. But that means I can remember how the industry used to be. But the music industry has changed. Digital distribution, music promotion, and sharing platforms have caused a complete rethinking of how the music industry works. Now, there's new ways to listen, new ways to create, new ways to share. I mean, sure, they're still mainstream, but the changes are happening for us independent artists. Artists and bands now have more tools and freedoms than ever. The rise of do-it-yourself marketing and digital distribution has opened a giant door for us independent artists. I'd like to talk a little bit about the tools we now have as independent artists. One of these tools is a emailing list. Now, I think this is one of the most important tools in my personal arsenal. I know email sounds like an old hat way of promoting, but the power of email is real, and the best part of it is it's free. Now, I think the emailing list is the most overlooked way to promote, but it's also the most valuable. Now, I think it's so important because a email list, it's a direct link to your fan base, and you could use that to inform fans about new music, inform fans about upcoming releases, your social media channels, music videos, tour dates, your music you have for sale, just anything else that might grab your fans' base attention. Okay, so now let's talk about how to get email signups. One way that I use and a lot of musicians use, and it really works, is give away something. You know, offer a free download of your latest single for exchange of the email address. People love that. Whatever you give them, it should be good. Give them your best album for free. I know that sounds crazy, but you'll have their email list, and that they will be coming back time and time again and probably purchasing many, many songs and albums from you. That way, you're building a rapport. It's not just one-sided, and you guys can really start that business and customer relationship that goes along with the music industry. It's part of it. You have to be a little business oriented, unfortunately. But yeah, so give away something is one way to do it. Then if you're playing live already, then just like have a sheet where people can sign up. This can be at your merch table if you have one, or even just at the end of the stage. Now, guys, I know this seems, especially to you young people, that I know this seems like an old school way of doing things, but getting emails from people at your shows is a great way for them to stay informed and stay connected long after the gig is done. So after the gig, they leave, they talk about it for a while, but then they kind of forget about it. Having that email, you can keep them informed about upcoming shows and, anything we talked about before. Now, if you're sharing your music on SoundCloud or any streaming site, or even just a standalone website, make sure you put a simple form that allows people to sign up to your emailing list. They're really easy to do. There's tons of softwares and platforms for you to get emailing lists to put up on any site. I know Reverb Nation has a widget that I think it was like $2, and it's the one that I use on my website. But okay, so let's talk about another do-it-yourself promotional tool that you should be using. And that is social media streaming platforms. Now, social media digital stores and streaming platforms are a no-brainer for any artist. They're freaking easy to set up, easy to promote, and they're great for self-guided exposure. They are a no-brainer. You should be using those sites. If you make something, share something on those sites. It sounds simple, but it's true. As a musician, your best way to promote is to share what you make. and share it right away. There's tons of platforms out there, guys, at your fingertips, and these tools make it very easy to not only share your work, but to share them with the masses. So get out there, make that music, guys, and just go share the next big thing. All right, that's it for this week's Industry Talk, guys. I know it was short, but it was very sweet. If there's anything that you guys want me to cover in Industry Talk, go ahead and leave that in the comments or send it to me at andy.stover09@gmail.com. I'll do some research on the subject, or maybe I already have some knowledge about it, and we'll get it taken care of for you guys. All right, guys, with that out of the way, let's get back into some fun stuff. Oh yeah, you know what that sound means. It's time for our first segment of Tracking with Trav. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. I present to you Travis.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, welcome back, my friend.
Thank you. You just interrupted me.
Uh-huh. Well, that's what I do best, am I right?
Yes, I was brushing my pussy.
Ooh, brushing your pussy. Could you go into
Go
into explanation, please?
My pussy cat, silly.
Oh, your kitty cat.
Yes.
I thought we had some kind of anomaly going on here.
Well, last time I checked, anyway, we're in good shape.
Well, anyway, let's stick to the subject matter here, Travis.
Okay.
Good Lord. Guys, he's back.
I'm ready to
Guys,
rock and roll.
He's back upon your request, okay? I blame you guys. So, okay, this is our first installment of this season's Tracking with Trav.
Yeah.
Are you ready to get down?
Let's get dirty.
Do you think that we can get through this season with at least getting one It Rocks?
I think so.
I mean, you
I
didn't
think it's gonna happen this
you
year.
didn't give anybody one It Rocks last season.
Well, I just want everybody to work for it.
All right, well, work for it they will.
It doesn't come easy.
Today's artist, okay, it's actually a group. They're called Vanilla Bass.
Vanilla Ace.
Vanilla Bass.
The bass and the ace.
They ain't got that ace in the place. Vanilla Bass. Now, this group they're actually from Spain, and they currently live in Spain.
Hola.
They are a pop rock band, and they were founded in 2007.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really good, actually, man. But the song we're going to listen to today is called Chasing a Dream.
Chasing a dream.
Have you ever chased a dream?
Too many.
All right.
Right down the drain.
Let's get right into it, guys. This is Vanilla Bass on Tracking with Trav. The song is Chasing a Dream.
All right.
Sitting alone, we all play, except I choose to follow. Choose a tune, don't stray. If you wanna play to win, yeah, but I'm chasing a dream. Only pleasing those we see, asking me what I want it to be. Their thoughts define for me the only roads to travel. But I'm chasing a dream. Ooh, and if you look deep inside and find what you want it to be, ooh, and saw what you wanted to see, and what if you chase that dream? And I'm chasing a dream, always doing what we should. We forget what we wanted, need to make it feel mine, and find the way to shine. So I'm chasing a dream. Ooh, and if you look deep inside and found what you wanted to be, ooh, and saw what you wanted to see, then what if you chase that dream? And I'm chasing a dream. chase that dream.
All right, Travis, that was Vanilla Bass
And
with
I'm chasing a
Chasing a Dream. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Hold on a second. Listen. You hear that? That's that pussy you were talking about
oh,
before.
it needs brushed a
The
little
little
more, I
kitty
guess.
cat pussy needs a little more attention, Travis.
I am a pussy lover.
Anyway, back to the lecture at hand. Okay, what do you think about Chasing a Dream by Vanilla Bass?
Oh my god, I think they need to keep chasing that dream just a little further.
Are you serious?
It started off, I liked it, and then
Like the beginning of
it
it?
was kind of like being 1 second away from an orgasm, and then your grandmother comes into the room.
That happened to you too? No, I mean, I was busted from my grandmother from, like, getting ready to have an orgasm. Mind you, I was participating with myself.
We're going solo.
But no, I kinda understand where you're coming from. Like, I had high hopes when the song started to play. Like, I'm like, okay, sounds really good. The quality of the production value was amazing. And then, like you said, like, it never came all the way through and completely delivered. It was like
Yes.
monotone. Like, the beginning of it sounded like these guys got their shit together. It sounds good, but it never came.
I mean, I don't
never
know
came.
if the music wasn't up loud enough and the vocals were too high, and I just was on the
thought the
verge
mix
of
sound-
rocking.
Yeah,
I
but it
wanted
just
to
never
rock,
came.
but I just couldn't roll.
Yeah, like the quality in the mix was great and sounded perfect. It just was that same monotone over and over, and it never got to the dream.
Is this my evaluation or yours?
Yours.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So,
But no, I do agree. Like I said, they just need to keep chasing that dream a little bit further, and I think they'll get there. Just unfortunately, for our first,
for the first one,
for the
Travis, I
first
must
one
ask:
of the second season,
does this song rock, or does this song not rock?
well, the debut of the second season, we're gonna have to start off with a "Does Not Rock."
Big
Come on,
surprise,
what
people!
a
Big surprise!
disappointment. I need some submissions. I need someone to send me some songs that rock. I'm tired of sounding like a broken record. So
That song I had high hopes for, guys. I really thought it was gonna rock, but like Travis said,
well, the first quarter of the song, I thought it was gonna be a rock.
I know it
I
just
really
didn't.
did.
Guys, it Vanilla Bass, like, very good job. Thank you for participating. You guys are amazing. You guys do rock. This segment is just, we have a extremely high standard to get a It Rocks. But if you guys want to hear more from those guys, you can find them on YouTube at Vanilla Bass. You can check out their Facebook page at Vanilla Bass. You can also hear all their stuff on SoundCloud at Vanilla Bass.
Vanilla bass, vanilla bass, vanilla bass.
Vanilla
All right.
bass, baby.
And folks, please keep your submissions coming in. And where can they submit, Andy?
Okay, so to submit a song for Tracking with Trav, we don't want Travis to peek at those songs ahead of time, so send them to my email, andy.stover09@gmail.com. andy.stover09, and that is at gmail.com. And that way Travis doesn't hear them. It could be your group's song that you guys want to get premiered on the Tracking with Trav, or it could be a song that's not yours, you just like and think it would be perfect for the segment. Because the idea here with the Tracking with Trav is that these songs won't always be good. These songs are not going to always be bad, but that is the beauty of Tracking with Trav. Well,
All right.
Travis, thank you for being here again.
It's always a pleasure, and I look forward to the next episode where we can hopefully rock out with our socks out.
Oh, well, we will, and we will clam out with our jam out, or how does that go? I'm sorry, we will jam out with the clam out.
Yes.
That's why Travis is the talent of the show here, folks. But anyway, Travis, so we still got a lot of episode to come up. We're gonna be sitting down with Luray Records CEO and owner
Awesome.
Chanel Edie next.
Wonderful. That's
Yeah.
going to be informative.
Yeah, this was a really good interview, guys, and I can't wait to share it with all the musicians out there. We go over some good content and find out some inside tips on, what record companies look for in their submissions and things like that. But Travis, let's go ahead and get into that, guys. We're gonna sit down and catch up with Chanel, and we'll see you when we get back.
Until next time, my friends.
I have CEO and owner of Luray Records, Chanel Edie. Thanks for being here, Chanel. First off, let me ask about Doc Savage. We heard a track from him today, the Hollywood Treatment, like you brought up. Now, what was the recording process like, and how is he to work with?
Doc Savage is very moldable, and he's very confident in who he is. And so a lot of the times you're looking at him going into the studio already well prepared on what he's going to do.
Sure.
And so it's quiet for him. You know, he goes in, he kind of knocks it out and goes back out. So he already knows what he's going to do before he gets in the studio.
And kind of brings that to the table. So once you're into the studio, it's not a whole lot of, well, I need to work on this hook and this and that. He's already put that effort in, and he knows, hey, this is how we're going to put it down.
Correct.
But I know that he is a hip-hop artist. But do you guys focus mainly on hip-hop over there? Or are you guys open to working with artists of any genre?
That's a good question. I actually have a whole gospel artist, there could be a half.
Wow.
No, he's my gospel artist that we work here in California, and his name is Karma, and he is a gospel hip hop artist. So
Okay.
It's still hip hop, but it has a different message.
Sure, I understand. Yeah. So you guys are open to, working with any artist, as long as they're ready to bring their A game and put the work into it, I would assume.
I think so. I have a good feeling about the artists that I work with.
What can we expect out of the Luray Records artist in 2019? I know you talked about his single coming out. Is there any more?
The single for Doc Savage we've been working on for a while. It's finally been released, so we have a new one coming out right after this. So you'll hear new music pretty quickly after this too.
Good.
With Luray, we partnered with a company, a label, 3HP, which the head of that is Troy Edwards, who is the executive manager of Universal Records, Universal Music Group.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Good job. You have definitely been grinding.
I could say it's been a blessing. Finding Troy, I was actually found by the A&R of Def Jam, Dante Buskey.
Daggone.
I guess you could say I've been working so hard. Def Jam found me.
That is great.
And
I'm very honored to have you on the show. I was already, but even so now.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a great team to work with. Troy and his team and the 3HP family has opened up the arms to me wholeheartedly. It's a subsidiary, or you could call sub-label deal.
Sure.
And so my artists are his artists, and his artists are my artists. And
Absolutely.
we're just one big family now.
That's what you got to do. That to help make it in this industry is have that strong network. And it sounds like you are laying the infrastructure for that network now. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about what you guys do over there. I know that you are very big on helping the artists get their feet off the ground and help them on with their career. But what can Luray Records offer the artists to help develop them?
Thank you for asking that, too. When it comes to what I do, it make it so different than a standard label, or I can't really compare myself to any other label. I haven't even taken the time to do that. What I've done is I figured out the most important thing in a label is marketing and promotion. And large labels will reach out to PR companies to do that. Starlight PR is one of them. So I took the initiative and I interviewed these PR companies. I asked for outlines. I asked for bigger breakdown of outlines. Wow. I literally studied these companies. And I figured out what the PR companies do and how they do it. And on that, I've become a marketing beast, I guess you could say.
Absolutely.
That's huge. Everything has to do with how you move the music.
Do you guys accept submissions right now from artists that may be interested in being signed with Luray Records? And if so, how can they do that?
We are doing a huge signing opportunity in Las Vegas on March 27th at the Stellar Music Awards for 3HP. And so you are welcome. This is a free event that will be available. Come on down. You know, of course, hotels are super easy to get down there in Vegas. That's one of the most important things that we have going on for grabbing onto some great talent. We've been advertising that.
What's the date again?
Every day. I listen to every single one. I will give honest feedback. You can send submissions to my email address directly to Laray, L-A-R-A-Y, records@gmail.com.
Okay.
Now, on my website, you can also submit inquiries and communicate to me there, and it goes to my email, which is larayrecords.com.
Okay, got it. Now, can you tell me the date of that event again?
Yes, the Stellar Music Awards is it is March 27th.
And let's say somebody wants to join in the family. What qualities do you look for in an artist that you may be interested in working with?
Thank you. That's a difficult question. I do go off of feeling. I want your lyrics to mean something. I want, don't do a cat in a hat. It's not going to go far.
Sure.
I want something that means something. I want you to actually put some time and effort into your lyrics. Being a writer is awesome. We do have writers that we can work with you too. Music is it's art, and so there's not really a lot of mistakes you can make.
Sure.
Of course, we want commercial. We want it to go to radio. I work with DJ Clue out in LA, and so we have a program that's just between him and I. If the music is not all the way ready, right? Let's say it's and its finances are hard, right?
Absolutely.
So let's say that, I've gotten to the studio, but it's not mixed and it's not mastered. And that money costs a lot of money to do that extra commercial stuff. We can take that music and bring it into DJ Clue's sessions. And if he does believe in it, he will put the time in and the effort, and the cost is not very much, to where we can mix and master it to where it will be commercial.
Wow.
And that's available. I kind of feel bad because maybe I don't advertise everything that I do as much, and my website is not as up to date, and so I'm going to work on that to make sure that all the artists know everything that's available, signed or not signed. There's a lot going on that Laray and 3HP can do for you guys.
So you are open to not necessarily just signing artists to be on the label, but you guys do all these other services we spoke about and offer them to artists just needing the help, needing the little push.
Yes. I work with labels as well. I work with labels that, like I was saying, my studying for marketing is extensive, and some of the services aren't available for all labels.
Okay.
Now, I have friends and label mates or partners that I don't have any formal working with, but I also market for their artists as well. Now, of course, it's all about just getting them where they need to go. My services are incredibly low. I want to make sure it's feasible. I am what's called a wholesale label. And so the services don't have to sign with me. I want to know more about where you're at. I want to know where your music is and see what we can do outside of just going the full way. It's 2019, and so labels themselves, I don't know. I wouldn't say they have a bad name because we are actually funding everything.
Absolutely.
Which is a good thing. But not everyone needs that. Maybe they just need a little bit here and there, and, a couple hundred can go really far. And so that's all they need to stay independent. And I'm totally supportive of that.
Especially with like you said, being 2019 and all the services out there and like the different platforms there are on the internet and stuff, it makes it a little easier for people that may want to stay independent.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
But you still can help them with marketing and other aspects of the industry as well.
Absolutely. I work with other labels that have artists that are signed, and I work with artists that just want to stay independent, keep their name, keep their reputation all by themselves, and those marketing pushes and tools that I have, are just available for them, and they pay me, and it's still them, all them.
Now, I think that Chanel, is where you and Laray Records are really going to have that advantage and cutting edge, is with staying current with that types of trends. Now, there are tons of artists that are choosing to stay independent, like we spoke about, but still need help in those areas. And to open up your label to still help those type of artists, for one, it's doing great things for the artist, and for two, it's keeping you guys up to date and on the trends and ahead of the game. And I think that is a very smart business move, and I think that's why you and Luray Records will be doing very big things and will be around for a while.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
One of my mentors who I had the honor to meet was Tom Silverman from Tommy Boy Records.
Wow.
And
man, you've got some huge names.
It was a huge moment. Now, Jay King can definitely bring some huge names to Sacramento when it comes to these music exchanges that he does. And so, one thing he said to me is, "I am ahead of my game, or I am ahead of my time, and it's my responsibility and my turn to think outside the box."
Okay.
He did it. Puffy did it when it was his time to change the game. Little John did it with the Sound Exchange,
sure.
And now it's time to do something new with 3HP alone. Let me just mention that. I wanted to bring that out, and I will. 3HP is the executive manager of Universal Music Group is Troy Edwards. Now, when he started the label, so many others wanted to join in, and so it's not just Troy. There's Def Jam. There's Murder Inc. There's Clive Davis's management group. All of these people not just stop what they were doing. Of course, the transition had to happen naturally, but they're all on board. So we have not just 3HP, and you can't say just anything when it comes to Universal Music Group. We have Universal Music Group, but we have the hugest, biggest executives also joining and putting in believability into this. And so when we're looking at who we want to work with, of course, like I was saying, we want a commercial, we want the
sure.
talent, we don't want the hat in a cat kind of music, but, we really are looking for the ones that are serious. And this dream, my motto is dreams won't let you sleep. Dreams are what won't let you sleep.
I saw that on the website, yes.
We're the dream makers in the industry. It's a little different. We've taken it to a whole different level. And so maybe me and Troy, we're being modest, and maybe we're actually being a little. We'll just do our thing, and you guys will figure it out later. But I guess that's how it's gonna be. We really do want to help out as many artists as possible. We have all the tools and the best of the best to help you. So let's do it. Let's go. Let's make some magic.
That's exactly right, man. I tell you what, I'm ready to hang up and get on my freaking microphone now. I mean, you're very inspirational and hopeful to artists that might be intimidated by realizing that there's all these other aspects to the industry, but then, having light at the end of the tunnel, knowing there's people that are willing to take you by the hand and walk you through it and help you, just as long as you're willing to do the work as well. I mean, there's a difference between being able to hear music and being able to feel music. And I think that's kind of what you were saying with the artists that, you want artists that you don't want the cat in the hat type of lyrics. You want to be able to not just hear it, but feel the music as well. Where is Luray Records located at? You guys are in California, right?
Yeah, home base is in Sacramento for Luray Records.
Okay, gotcha.
Sacramento, California.
Now, being that you're in California, do you find it hard to stay relevant or stay on top, being that area is just so saturated with artists and record companies?
That's a good question. I don't really think so. In Sacramento, we've actually have, it's called kind of like a little, it's named as Little Motown. And so there's exceptional talent here. Exceptional talent here. R&B really is the home of Sacramento. I'm looking forward to launching an R&B artist here. Hip-hop, I can agree. It is a little saturated. And I can agree with that. My net was thrown out to the East Coast a long time ago.
Okay.
And so I recognized exactly. It is a thicker, environment here, but that's okay. I live here. We live in a technology world,
yes.
And so just as well as I have fans here in California, we have fans in Kenya and and Manchester and UK, and so we just live here, you know.
It sounds like the fact that it may be quote unquote saturated and full of different companies and artists. You have actually turned into a good thing by leveraging that and using all those different resources to your advantage.
I can say so.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. And that is a very smart business move, and it shows the sign of somebody that's got their head on straight. But okay, Chanel, thanks again
Thank
for...
you.
No problem. Thanks again for being here. This is the CEO of Luray Records, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm very glad that she was here. And can you please let the listeners know where they can find out more about you, your company, and all those artists you have?
Beautiful, absolutely. So our Luray Records is going to be LurayRecords.com on our website. The Facebook page, which I am very active in, is the Luray Management. And you can look up Luray Records LLC for my personal Facebook page.
Okay.
As far as the 3HP goes, I would say look up 3HP Family.
Okay.
And look up Big Indie Mogul.
Big Indie Mogul.
Correct. That's Troy Edwards. Both of us work pretty close together, and so you're going to notice that it's kind of a handoff. We kind of do a tag team together, so you'll see a lot of our stuff conjoined.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to actually, just so the listeners know, I'm going to go ahead and get all those links. I'll have them in the episode description. That way it's very easy for you guys to find and get to with just a couple clicks. Chanel, thank you again. The listeners are so glad you were here. I am glad you were here. Best of luck to you, and thank you so much.
You're so welcome, Andy. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, and you enjoy the rest of your day over there in the East Coast, okay?
I sure will. Bye-bye now.
All right, love. Bye-bye.
There you go, guys, right from the horse's mouth. If you want to hear that whole uncut interview, I'll leave a link to it in the description of the episode. There is a ton of great info in there. Chanel really is an amazing CEO, and she's doing big things over there, and I just wish her the best of luck. And I have a feeling we are going to be hearing big things from her and Luray Records this year. Don't forget to check out Doc Savage. You can find his track, Hollywood Treatment, at LurayRecords.com and at any other of your favorite digital stores. I'll have all those links in the episode description as well, so you can get to those easily and get right to them. Also, don't forget to head over to AndyStover.com to check out my latest album, My World. It's out now. And if you want to show your support to the show and or Andy Stover music, the best way to do that is buy for download the album or your favorite track from the album. The singles are like $1, I think. So go ahead on over and pick those up. And guys, that's going to wrap it up for episode 1, season 2. It's in the books. And what a way to kick it off. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and or the SoundCloud page to make sure you guys are notified each week when new episodes are posted. You don't want to miss a single episode this season because we have tons of great content.